Hey guys, in today's episode we have some of the most game-changing balances coming to the game, and the next big update is all the way at the end of March. All that and more in today's episode of Clash World. Hey guys, that's right here, and welcome back to another episode of Clash Worlds. In this weekly show, we take a look at the most recent announcements from the Clash Royale team, the hottest topics in CR eSports, as well as what's going on in the community. Then, we'll finish off the episode by breaking down the meta and featuring my off-meta tech of the week. If you're enjoying Clash Worlds, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of every new video that comes out. Also, check me out on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there, so link will be down in the description. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the first section. New in the arena. New in the arena is where we find out about what the Supercell team has been up to this past week. And as with any start of the month, it's balance change week. This week we have some absolutely crazy changes that could really just switch up the game. Now I'm sure you've all already heard about them, so I'll try and go over them as quickly as possible and just briefly give my opinions on these changes. Heal. Cost decreased from 3 to 1, duration reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds, and healing per second minus 63%. Oh man, this is the big one. With the heal spell being pretty obsolete for the past couple of months, this is a very interesting rework that might just bring heal back into viability. Now while it does heal a lot less hit points now, it does only cost 1 elixir. But it's not really the heal mechanic that I think will really warp the game. It's the cycle aspect. That's right, there are now 3 1 elixir cards in the game. That's absolutely crazy, considering the fact that you need to place 4 cards before you can completely cycle a deck. That means a deck can completely cycle for only 5 elixir. Think about that. Magic Archer, first attack faster. Finally, a really well-deserved buff for the over-nerfed Magic Archer. While the stats are still the same, this faster retarget could bring the Magic Archer back into the meta, especially with its Fireball bait ability. Not much else to say, so let's just move on. Goblin Giant, hit points plus 3%, Spear Goblin range increased. The Goblin Giant is a card that is still constantly overshadowed by the Giant in this meta. One of the reasons is because the Giant has so much more HP. This 3% buff will help with that. In addition, the Spear Golems now have an extended range while on the Goblin Giant because they are, after all, elevated.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
You know, I could totally see the Goblin Giant finally becoming more popular after so many repeated buffs to the same card. Golem. Golemite death damage pushback reduced. This is a really small nerf to the Golemites of the Golem only, not the big Golem. However, honestly, this is such a small nerf that I really don't see it making that much of a dent in Beatdown's popularity. But hey, it does make sense, you know, a small Golemite shouldn't knock back as much as the big boy Golem, so maybe that's why they added it. Freeze. Tower damage minus 65%. I mean, okay, this was a change that should have been added when they reworked the freeze in the first place, not after. But while I do appreciate this kind of nerf, I don't see it decreasing freeze effectiveness at all. This is because freeze wasn't really used to get damage on towers. I mean, in some cases it was to end off a game, but for the most part, it was used to freeze units and take out swarms. I mean, that's why it's called the freeze, right? What I think they should have done is either tweaked with its freeze damage itself or tweaked the freeze duration, because I really just don't see this change really impacting freeze at all. Sparky, range increased from 4.5 to 4.75. Ooh, the beautiful Sparky finally getting a buff. This is definitely a very interesting buff, as with this slight range increase, I believe it'll actually be able to take out an Electro Wizard one-on-one. However, there's just so much to counter the Sparky that I don't think the Sparky will be meta at all. I'm pretty sure that, you know, maybe a few good decks are going to pop up here and there, but other than that, Sparky might just need a couple more tweaks before it can finally become viable. Battle Ram, charge damage minus 11%. Wow, the Battle Ram is taking a really heavy hit, although it might be justified having been meta for so long. While I think the Battle Ram will still definitely be viable, it's definitely going to be a lot weaker and be seen in a lot less decks. Barbarian Hut, hit points minus 7%. The Barbarian Hut with a few less HP makes the annoying Hut a lot easier to deal with. The Hut being so popular and dominant at the moment definitely deserves the nerf and is a great approach to balancing this card. This is because the amount of Barbarian spawned will stay the same, but spells and other troops that do damage against it will do a lot more against it. Barbarian Barrel, deploy time reduced. Oh man, Barbarian troops are really taking a hit this balance. This time, the Barbarian from the Barbarian Barrel spawns a bit slower. This makes it a little less effective on defense, as it can't be played as reactively as it used to be. However, it is a really small nerf, so hopefully the barrel won't be taking that big of a hit. Valkyrie, hit speed increase from 1.6 to 1.5. This one was actually a little bit unexpected for me, but hey, I think it's a really well-deserved buff as well, with its slow hit speed making Valkyrie quite ineffective, even against a swarmy meta. So, this hit speed buff will definitely push it back into a few decks. Overall, I quite like the balances. We got a lot of cards balancing this month, and there really isn't a change that I don't agree with. Let me know what you guys think about the balances in the comments section below. Next up is the next update all the way at the end of March. Check out this video reviewing the recent balance changes by Orange Juice.
They're buffing the range by 0.25 tiles. This will be represented as 4.7 tiles in her profile card until the next client update, which we'll see around the end of March.
I mean, he says it right there. So, I mean, is the next big update actually that far away? I feel like that might be a bit too long if they don't really add anything new. And considering that March will be Clash Royale's 3rd anniversary, it better be something cool. However, I do hope that we get some kind of small, quality of life update between now and March, because, again, the end of March is actually a really long wait. However, I am excited to see what could be coming in the next few months. However, in the recent News Royale episode, there have been a few leaks about what could be actually coming in the next few weeks. Let's take a look. First things first, a few new emotes have been confirmed to arrive in the game pretty soon. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen this, but the new Royal Ghost emote was actually leaked on screen for about a second. But what you may not have noticed was this: 77 emotes collected in-game. Now, how many emotes are there currently in-game? 74. And judging by the leaked pictures by Opeget Studios, it's probably going to be a set of Royal Ghost emotes. Now onto the juicy part of the TV Royale episode. Here, when the Rumham was going over all the cards released in 2018, he said this:
10 new cards entered the arena.
Royalhogs, Rascals, Electro Dragon, Royal Ghost, Goblin Giant, Giant Snowball, Ram Rider, Magic Archer, Royal Recruit, Barbarian Barrel, Goblin Bruiser.
Now, if you slow it down just right, you get this. Credit to the Reddit user who slowed it down for us.
Electro Dragon, Royal Ghost, Goblin Giant, Giant Snowball, Ram Rider, Magic Archer, Royal Recruit, Barbarian Barrel, Goblin Bruiser, Trade to Goblin Bruiser, Goblin Bruiser, Goblin Bruiser.
It's pretty clear that they do say Goblin Bruiser. Judging by what we see, it looks like it'll be some kind of common card. Other than that, not much else is known, so, let me know what you think this card will be in the comment section below. Now that's gonna do it for New in the Arena. It's time to check out the eSports Update. The eSports Update is a segment where we take a look at the new and rising pro players as well as recent esports competitions. In this week's global tournament, we had a really close race between this Japanese player here and the Boss Hay. However, at the end, the Boss Hay came out victorious with a crazy 124 wins using his Giant Prince Minor deck. To see some of his live battles, go and check out my last video. Now that we're caught up with the most recent esports news, let's check out the rising rumors. First off, several people in the community have expressed their concern about the new heal spell rework. Here, as J Monty says, bold prediction: one elixir heal will be broken as it can be used over and over in any cycle deck with little concern over commitment as it's only one elixir. Hog heal cycle. I think that it will create another archetype regardless. In my opinion, honestly, the heal rework, it's too early to tell if it was a good move or not. This rework is just too drastic to be able to make an accurate prediction on how it will warp the meta. Now, another somewhat concern from the community is that 3 Musketeers will be way too OP, especially with another month with no 3 Musketeer nerf. However, you don't have to worry. As confirmed by Supercell, decks like Three Musketeers will not be able to counter Fireball and Zap with the heal. Now what I am concerned about is how well the heal actually could potentially synergize with bait. I mean, look at this Reddit post by Toter predicting a new meta deck. I mean, considering that heal will only be one elixir, it looks really scary. Let me know what decks you think will be good with heal in the comment section below. Next up, a YouTuber called Bufferetti made a video and a Reddit post talking about the rebalancing of chests and the overall progression speed of Clash Royale as a whole. Let's take a look. I've already sunk $1,500 into an account buying offers and just straight up chests. The thing is, this is terrible. $1,500 gave me 1 max legendary and 8 other cards and nothing else. Now my point is that this game has been out for 3 years, and back then super magical chests held a big chance of giving you 1 legendary, and now we have 16 legendaries and the legendary drop rates haven't improved at all. There's no incentive for new players to join Clash Royale today, knowing that he will never max out an account at the rate new cards keep getting added into the game. If a new legendary is added, then all legendary drop rates should be increased by that amount, 1/16 in this case. Honestly, these are really solid points, and I agree with all of them. This aspect of the game is something that Supercell should really look into going into 2019, especially if it is to develop into the esports scene as well. Now that we covered the trending topics in the community, let's go ahead and break down the meta. Now since balance changes are coming in tomorrow, I'm instead going to just be making predictions on how the new meta is going to look. First things first, I don't think Three Musketeers or Freeze is going to reduce in popularity at all. Period. I doubt the Freeze nerf will change anything, and although Three Musketeer support troops have been nerfed, historically Three Musketeer decks have always evolved into something new that just absolutely dominates. I predict that bait might see a little comeback, especially with the coming of the heal rework, and on the topic of heal, I think it'll definitely be a viable card. Also, an increase in bait usually means a decrease in beatdown usage, which could also be an indirect buff to siege. Of course, again, this is all speculation, so let me know what you guys think the new meta is going to be like down in the comments below. So that's the meta for you guys, and now let's check out the off-meta deck of the week. That's right, in each Clash Royale episode, I'm going to be featuring one off-meta deck that works in the current meta. This week's off-meta deck was submitted by Michael Jensen, and it's a Ram Rider Battle Ram deck. It's sort of a bridge spam type deck with dual win conditions. Play this deck, as usual, quite defensive at the start, especially with the Electro Dragon stopping so many units on defense, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and the Hunter shredding any tank unit. Then, counter push and even apply some double lane pressure with that Battle Ram and Ram Rider. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get right into a battle. Alright, so looks like we're in a battle against Caleb from the Clan Peru Active, so good luck to this guy. And starting off this match, obviously we want to, start off more passively, so wait for this guy to make the first move. And if he doesn't, okay, looks like he will, so let's go with the Hunter. Oh, unfortunately we missed his Miner. His Miner's gonna go right in the front, unfortunately, but you know what, the Hunter's gonna, oh wow, he's gonna go with a really aggressive poison right there, so he's gotta be somewhat low on elixir. So let's actually go in with a Ram Rider and see if we can actually get that to connect onto the tower. Come on, can we get it onto the tower? Boom, big connection right there, taking the tower down to 2,094 hit points. Alright, so here the Ice Wizard is surviving, but of course the Barbarian Barrel can go ahead and go right up there and go ahead and smack it a couple times in the face. And look at that, really solid defense. And here we're just gonna kind of wait a little bit. We don't want to overcommit, especially with all pretty expensive cards in here. Let's actually go to the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Boom, predicting that Miner. He was being a little bit too consistent with his Miner placement, so of course we can always predict it the second time. So here Mini P.E.K.K.A. hopefully will go ahead and go up and take out that Tombstone, and if he does, we might be able to even follow up with a Battle Ram. Actually, Electro Dragon, will it connect? Oh no, he uses his guards, but guards are a really good counter to the Battle Ram, and he doesn't have Tombstone in cycle as well, so he's gonna have to use an Ice Wizard and a Log to go ahead and take that out. Barbarians might even get a couple swings onto the tower as well, and actually let's go ahead and follow up with a Ram Rider and guards, because again, his Log is out of cycle. Oh wow, he has a Tornado as well, but he misses the Tombstone. Let's go, look at that Ram Rider, massive connection right there, and he's definitely gonna go with a Miner. I think he's gonna send it in the back, because that's generally what people do. And no, looks like no Miner this time, and Barbarian Barrel will finish off those guards here. Let's go with a Mini P.E.K.K.A. right there, and oh, he's gonna put a Mini P.E.K.K.A. His Miner really in an awkward position, but hey, you know what, it works. So props to him for that. Let's go with the battle ram right here, and he definitely has the counters for it, unfortunately. And let's see here. Oh, he's got a tombstone. Let's go quickly zap out those skeletons. Oh no, the mini P.E.K.K.A didn't get hit, but battle ram connects onto the tower again. Tower's down to 494 HP. Let's go with an E-drag right here. Let's go with guards to protect the mine in the back. There we go. As I predicted that pretty well right there. And he's gonna get another poison, but let's go with the ram rider in the opposite lane. Let's see if we can maybe force out a tombstone. And if we do force out a tombstone, no, he's just gonna let it connect on the tower. He's gonna try NATO to the king's tower, but it fails. Let's go with really aggressive in the opposite lane. As you can see, just applying a ton of double lane pressure. Ooh, he does get that king's tower activation, so well played right there. And as you can see, your hunter is still getting chip damage to the tower because of its wide splash kind of shot right there. And here, let's go with the mini P.E.K.K.A. Ooh, we do miss that miner right there, but that's fine. Mini P.E.K.K.A will chop that up real quick. And 10 seconds left as we're heading into overtime. Let's go with the ram rider on the left, battle ram on the right. Barbarian barrel predicting that tombstone. Boom, get out of here. Battle ram connects onto the tower, and wow, that's just so much damage right here. And his tower is already down to 287. Now, the one thing about this deck, is that it doesn't have that good of a spell to go ahead and finish off the tower. So we do have to get just one more connection. So here, let's go with a ram rider to go ahead and take out the tombstone. Battle ram, unfortunately, right into that poison. So not exactly the best play on my part, so we'll quickly zap out those skeletons. And can that Electro Dragon at least get a hit onto the tower? No, it doesn't. And the guard's down. Really good defense on his end. So let's see here. He's probably going to send in a miner, so let's just go with the Barbarian Barrel and a Hunter. Unfortunately, we missed that again. Oh, we got to get that mini P.E.K.K.A down to stop that guard from connecting. And let's see here. He's actually defending this really effectively, so well played. And here he actually plays his tombstone a little bit too far down, so let's actually go with a Battle Ram opposite lane and an E-Drag in the center. And as you can see, the Battle Ram's going to bypass that tombstone. It forces out some guards, so that is his ground even's gone. And actually, the Hunter is going to get a tower down, finish it off, and that's going to be GG. As you can see, the Hunter, with its wide splash range, is really good at finishing off towers because your opponent's just oftentimes not ready for that. So there we go, guys. That was the Offman Attack deck of the week. I definitely recommend you guys give this deck a try. It's really good in the meta as the pressure is just absolutely crazy. If you want to submit your own deck to be featured, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. But unfortunately, guys, that's all I got time for in today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.